Okay, this is chapter 9. I'm going to do things a little differently this time. I'm going to show you what the homework looks like and kind of go through the examples with you. So when you're working through chapter 9, it's talking about loans. So again, you can click this e-text down below and it will pull up the chapter for you. That's very beneficial. Like, that will help you get through all these questions. So if you were not aware of that before, click the e-text and it will go right through the whole chapter for you. That's just one thing I wanted to show you. So like for each question you're going to go through, you just want to select the best choice. Same thing, again, and keep clicking the e-text. I just think it's it's going to help you. And there's only 20 questions, but it is talking about loans, collateral, the loan application process, co-signing a loan, APR, also simple interest, which we discussed a little bit, simple interest versus add-on interest. So again, buying a car online. So again, you want to click the e-text to try to get your best answer for these questions. And that will just help you with that. Also, there's student loan information, leasing a car, home equities, origination fees. Like when you see this particular question, for an example, Jack needs to borrow $500 for 1 year. Bank South will give him the loan at 8%. Suncoast Bank will give him the loan at 7% with a $27 loan origination fee. First National will give him the loan at 5% with a $9 loan origination fee, and you're going to determine the total interest and fees. Everyone has different numbers than I do, but I just want to click out my solution for you, how you would calculate this particular question. You want to take the loan amount, multiply it by the interest rate, and the total finance expenses are the sum of the interest expenses and any other finance expenses, like fees. So if you look down here, when they did Bank South, for my example, like my amount, 500 times 8% was $40. There was no finance expenses, so just $40. Suncoast, you would take that 7% times 500, and it's $35, but they also have a $27 finance expense. So then if you add 27 plus 35, it's 62. First National, take 5% times the 500, 25. There was a $9 fee, add them together, and that's 34. So in essence, the cheapest, the loan with the lowest total finance annual expenses would be the better loan to accept. So First National would be the best one to go with. So just kind of think about that, use the e-text, but I just wanted to pull that up to kind of show you that when you do that question when it comes up for you, because again, they could be different order. This other one about amortization, Beth has just borrowed $4,700 on a 4-year loan at 8% simple interest. You want to click this table, and mine says for the first 5 months. So when I click it, it's showing me. So you got to calculate for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. So like for this one, A would be what you ended with at the end of month 1. So for me, $4,616.59 would be my answer for A. What would be applied to principal? What you're going to do, your payment's never changing. Okay, so $114.74 minus my interest of $30.78 would be the difference applied to principal, and that would be your answer for B. C, it's your payment, $114.74. So again, whatever your amount is, that would be your answer for C. How you can calculate D for this one? Take your payment minus whatever you have in principal. So for me, for month 3, it's $84.52. I would subtract that, and that's how I can find my answer for D. Then to find E, again, you could, same thing, take $114.74. My example, your amount might be different. I'm going to subtract my amount applied to principal, $85.09. That's how I'm finding E. And then how I'm going to calculate F, I'm going to take $4,448.11 minus my principal right here, $85.09, and that will give me F. So when you get F, it should equal what you're beginning for month 5 or you did something wrong. And then G, you would take 114.74 minus what you have for interest. That would give you G for amount applied to principal. And then you would take 4,363.02 or whatever your amount is minus what you just found for principal would give you H. So this question has a lot of answers, but that's how you would calculate it. For this one, when you get the add-on interest, I just want you to be aware. Mine is Beth has just borrowed $12,900 on a 4-year loan at 9% simple interest. Using the simple interest method, her payments would be $321.02. What if Beth had made the same loan as an add-on interest loan? How would her payments differ? So I'm going to click on my solution to kind of give you an idea. This is the formula. I suggest you do what's in the parentheses first. So take your loan amount times the interest rate times the years, and then divide by the number of months in the loan. Then add the loan amount, kind of like what they're showing you here. Mine was $12,900 times 9% times 4 years, $4,644. Then adding $12,900 to that, I have $17,544. Then I'm going to take that and divide by 48 months, because 4 years, 4 times 12 gives you 48 months. Because when you make these payments, you're going to pay monthly. When I divide by 48, I get $365.50. So that's the monthly payment. But they want to know the difference between the payments for the two loans. So then I would take $365.50 minus what's in my question, which was $321.02, and the difference would be $44.08. So hopefully that will help you with that question when you get that. This one's about loan interest. She's considering the purchase of a car. After making the down payment, she will finance $13,380. So just be aware you're going to have different amounts than I do. Sharon is offered 3 maturities. On a 4-year loan, she'll pay $314.23 per month. On a 5-year loan, her monthly payment will be $258.67. On a 6-year loan, she will pay $221.75. She rejects the 4-year loan as it is not within her budget. How much interest will she pay over the life of the loan on the 5-year loan? How much interest will she pay over the life of the loan on a 6-year loan? Which should she choose? So if you're looking at this, 5-year loan, $258.67. If you multiply it by 60 months, this is what she's going to pay overall, $15,520.20. Again, your amount would be different. 6-year loan, $221.75 times 72. She'll end up paying back over the life of the loan $15,966. The total amount paid for the 5-year loan, $15,520.20, and the total amount paid for the 6-year loan would be that. So the amount of interest paid over the life of the loan is the difference between the total amount repaid. So again, just take what she borrowed. So I'm going to take 5-year, what she'll end up paying back, minus what she borrowed. This will be the interest for the 5-year. This will be the interest for the 6-year. So the 5-year loan, you're going to pay back less interest than you would on a 6-year loan. But she should, I mean, in my opinion, definitely choose the 5-year because you're going to pay less in interest. But she's probably, you know, again, whatever fits in her budget, we don't know here. But that would be your best choice. This one's loan interest again. The same thing, it's showing you taking the monthly payment times the number of months gives you what your total pay out would be at the end of the loan. So again, over 4 years, that's what they would end up paying back. Again, your amounts would be different. So take that minus what you originally borrowed. That would be your interest. So again, you know, again, what this question wants to know, how much interest saved. So just subtract between the two interests, one the 5-year and the 4-year, or whatever your years are. But I'm hoping this will help you when you're doing some of these problems, me showing you this way. When you get to the one about finance charges and bill, you always take the balance times the rate times 1 divided by 12, and that will give you the interest that would be owed. So again, like in this case, month 1 was $11.39. Then you would take the credit card balance plus like any charge, like any advances, any payment, or any purchases plus the interest. Gives you what they have for a balance at the end of the month, and then going into month 2, you use what you ended with for month 1 times the interest times 1 divided by 12 gives you the interest for month 2, and then you would add the interest for both months. So just make sure you're reading the questions carefully when you're calculating for these. Credit limit, you want to take the market value of the home minus what your balance is on the mortgage, and the difference is the market value equity, and then you'll take that times the percent in the question, like mine's 70%. This is the maximum amount they can, they'll be provided or like get approved for. So that's how you're going to do this. So I hope that helps for chapter 9. Good luck. And the quiz will be the same. They just take a few questions from each one, and the quiz has less questions.